Hi everyone, Mel here. So I want to do a really quick little video about how you might use Valentine's Day as a way to build rapport with your patrons. Now, little disclaimer here, I'm not overtly romantic. I suppose with the right person I could be, but I'm not really the type of girl who really likes chick flicks that much. I have to be in the right mood for them. And even then I have to pick the right one. In fact, the main chick flick I like it because it's set in Italy and I get to hear a bit of the Italian language. So yeah, I'm not really the biggest chick flick fan. I'm more of a kids movie fan, by the way. But when it comes to building rapport with people and doing a bit of a theme in my classes, that doesn't matter. I will use whatever I have at my disposal to have some fun with my classes. And that includes Valentine's Day. Now, so how would I do that? I would, depending on the format of the class, I might look at my playlist. So in my case, I have 2 aqua classes on Valentine's Day this Friday. My first class, I've known them for years on end. So I may well create a Valentine's Day playlist. I don't know yet. I haven't actually created it just yet, but I may well do that. My second class, I don't know them so well. I've only just recently taken over them, and it is a women's only class. Now, yes, that is mainly aimed towards ladies for whom they need to dress slightly more modestly when they are at the pool, or they want a certain degree of modesty. But the reality is that any lady can join in. And for all I know, there could be a lady there who has gone through, say, domestic violence, and for whom any talk of romance or anything of that nature could be a trigger. So I'm going to be keeping that in mind when I'm teaching my class on Friday. So with my music, my first class, yeah, I might put some Valentine's Day music in there, or love theme music in there. But my second class, I probably won't. I would be keeping it just to a minimum. Now, for my first class, I've known them for years on end. I have 2 ladies in there who are Italian, with whom I do a little bit of Italian speaking with each week. I'll say buongiorno and come stai, and they will respond and expect me to respond. And that's a lot of fun. But I can build on that. Like I said, in my second class, I probably won't, but my first class, I can build on that. So I might be saying cominciamo, which means let's begin, or andiamo, which means let's go. I would be translating for my people because I obviously don't expect that everyone knows how to speak Italian in my classes. Now, why am I picking Italian? I'm picking one of the Romance languages, the languages of, not really of romance, it's actually one of the descendants of Latin, which was the main language of the Roman Empire. But hey, it's called a Romance language. I'll also probably be delving a little bit into French, which I know quite a lot better. And realistically, with my second class, I may actually refer a bit more to France, simply because it's not something which I keep secret that I really love visiting Paris and I love France. So it's quite possible that I may say to my second class, j'adore Paris. That's something which I may just come out with at some point. So what else would I do? I would include a few props here and there. So I have been to Italy. Let's have some appreciation time. So one thing which I might do is just grab my fan, which I got in Venice, and bring it along, have it somewhere, have it fanning me during the aqua classes. Hey, I'm in a warm water pool area. It's not too bad actually, because it's sort of a alcove from the main pool area. But even so, I have no hassles with having a fan from Italy and saying, hey, I'm keeping myself cool. Something else which I might do is bring out my diary. So I got my diary in Harrods last year, but I've kind of plastered it with pictures of Italy. Actually, they're old calendar photo pictures. What do you do with your old calendars? In Italy, you cut them up and you put them on your diary at the end of the next year to enjoy. Perhaps teenage girls like to have photos of guys on their diaries. Me, I like to have photos of Italy or pictures of Italy. I'd potentially also bring out the little gondola which I got from from Venezia when I was there. It's a bit broken, but we'll live with that, I suppose. So I'll have to go back to Venezia and get another one, won't I? Excuse for a trip to Venezia or to Italy. On there. I might also trot out my Eiffel Tower, because like I said, I do have something like Paris, and maybe also this little plate thing which I got from there. I'd possibly even grab out my picture for my magnet from Versailles, stick it somewhere and say, hey, I wouldn't mind a pad like that. It sounds pretty cool. The other thing which I like to do is I like to bring bags with me to my classes. Bags which I've collected from around the world. So this is a bag which I got from the Alsace region of France. Now I realize that Alsace has changed hands from Germany to France over the years, but currently it is in France, so I would milk that for what it is worth. Alternately, I'll just bring a bag from Paris. I've got a couple of bags from Paris, but it's sometimes nice just to have something a bit different in there. The other thing which I might do is also bring some pictures. So once again, these are old calendar photos. Never throw out my old calendar photos if they're of interesting places like this. I've laminated them and I'll find somewhere to hang it. If there isn't somewhere, I will make somewhere, and I'll be having a little bit of fun with that. Now, what would I do within my actual class body of my class? Like I said, it's going to depend a little bit on the actual class. So in my first class, both of them are aqua, I might be doing scoops, and I'll be saying, hey, we're scooping up chocolates. Now, it's not that unusual for me to say that we're scooping up chocolates, but hey, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm going to most likely be milking the chocolates thing. Another move which I might be doing will be a stirring action. Now, in my first class, I may well say, hey, we're making a love potion. Second class, I'm probably not going to say that. I might say, hey, we're going to make up a chocolate fondue. Something of that nature. If I was teaching Pilates, which I'm not doing this Friday, to my knowledge, you never know what covers might come through, but if I was teaching Pilates and I was, say, in 4-point kneeling, doing opposite arm to leg coming up, I might say, hey, on your back, there's something which you don't want to have spilling off. So I often say a coffee. But on Valentine's Day, I would probably say there's a glass of wine on your back, which you're enjoying with your significant other, and you don't want it to fall off. I might also say a glass of champagne, one or the other. So there are just some little things which you can do to make it a bit more fun. So those are just some ideas. You feel free to run with it. Keep in mind also that not all cultures have their Lovers' Day on 14th of February. For example, the Welsh patron saint of love, St. Dwynwen, her day is 25th of January. So just keep that in mind. There might be other people whose cultures have different days for love, and it's often worth just keeping that in mind when you're delivering this sort of thing. If you're from a culture which has a different day for celebrating love, please feel free to comment down in the comments down below. And have a good day. Stay tuned, stay classy.